Eat. Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Coreythemaan. You're back in it, bro. My boy right here just hit 1,000 followers. Yo, we had 1,000 followers as well. Shout out to him for making the channel. I feel like everybody does. Um. Anyways, this is You've Been Lied To about Solo Sikoa.
I love you. Here we go.
You've been lied to about Solo Sikoa. Let me explain why. You see, Solo Sikoa had this great run in NXT, right? Everybody wanted him to go to the main roster so badly so that he can be a part of the bloodline. And he finally did when he caused Cody Rhodes the match at WrestleMania 39. Sure, occasionally he would be the fall guy for a couple of matches, but you gotta realize this man just came up to the main roster not so long ago. Do you want him to run through the entire roster of guys that were wrestling twice as long as him?
Hell no.
I didn't think so. You see, they were building Solo Sikoa versus Roman Reigns for a little while. While he was a henchman in the bloodline, you can see in Roman's facial expressions at times that he viewed Solo as a potential threat in the future. These subtle details will help plant the seeds of what would eventually happen. Roman loses the title at WrestleMania, the one thing that he cared about, because he didn't care about the bloodline. The bloodline was like Roman Reigns' version of Evolution. He used them to make sure that he would stay Universal Champion as long as possible. So he loses the title, leaves to lick his wounds, and then comes up with a plan to come back stronger and take his title back. And just like the mob, when the head honcho leaves, either through death or other means, the organization typically promotes somebody from within to fill the leadership void. Succession plans are often in place, and the new leader is usually someone deeply involved in the organization's operations. Solo, being that guy, makes some changes, adds some new members, and molds the bloodline in his image. But the one thing that fans constantly remind Solo is that he's not Roman. Let me say that again. He's not Roman. One more time for the people in the back. He's not Roman. Roman Reigns has been in the WWE for 14 years. Solo Sikoa has been in the WWE for 3. And I know some people are saying, like, what does this have to do anything? Why does this matter? Let's just cut to the chase. Solo Sikoa is Roman Reigns 2.0.
Boo this man!
Just hear me out. They both had incredible runs in NXT. They both debuted on a major pay-per-view as a part of a faction. Roman with the Shield at Survivor Series, Solo with the Bloodline at WrestleMania. In those factions, they were both seen as enforcers. They both beat legends on major pay-per-views. Roman beat Undertaker at WrestleMania 33. Solo beat John Cena at Crown Jewel. Alright, I know Crown Jewel isn't a major pay-per-view, but
Just hear me out, please!
they both beat these legends and it didn't mean shit. Roman doesn't talk about how he beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania anymore. Solo Sikoa doesn't talk about how he beat John Cena at Crown Jewel. So essentially they use those legends as stepping stones. And ultimately they both took over the bloodline. And I know some people are like, well, how can he be the leader of the bloodline if he keeps losing? He doesn't look dominant. And you're absolutely right about that. But let me say this. Roman was only dominant during the pandemic era of the WWE. When everything went back to normal and he started defending his championship against certain people, he relied heavily on the bloodline to help him win. Even if he didn't need them, he still used them. I've seen Solo Sikoa use the bloodline, but I haven't seen him use them to win a match. I probably don't watch enough matches, I don't know. And if Cody Rhodes, the man who beat Seth Rollins, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns multiple times in his career, couldn't dog walk Solo Sikoa at least twice, that would have made all those previous guys look bad in comparison. Let me give you an example. I love main event Jey Uso, but when he beat Braun Breaker, the man that beat the man that ended Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign at WrestleMania so easily, it's like, what? But like I said about Roman, Jey Uso has been in the WWE for 14 years. He's a veteran at this point, so I'm gonna let him have it. My point is, I believe the story that WWE and Triple H are trying to tell us about Solo Sikoa is that his career is essentially a parallel to his cousin's, but he's just not ready to be the guy yet. Roman had to go through a few bad years, mainly from 2015 to 2019, as a hated babyface that sucked. He got the WWE title when he wasn't ready. He was ass on the mic. I mean, that man was ass ass on the mic. And they forced him on us when we were rooting for people like Daniel Bryan and Dolph Ziggler. And that made a lot of people hate him. The fans compared him to John Cena, but he shut that shit down when he said this.
It's called a promo, kid, and if you want to be the big dog, you're going to have to learn how to do it, so go ahead.
And this.
They go back and forth with you because when they look at you, they see what I see. A cheap-ass, corporately created John Cena bootleg.
And this.
I'm still here because you can't do your job.
God damn!
These 3 clips literally explain everything that's wrong with Solo Sikoa right now. He's a fake tribal chief without the mic skills or the aura to pull it off. I feel like if Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa had a promo segment where he was talking to him and trying to explain to him that he respects what he's doing, but that he's not ready to take that responsibility, that would help Solo's character a lot. He could put over all the stuff Solo has done, talk about how he kept the family together, how he added, you know, Tonga and all them into the group, and how they got the tag titles and he's doing his thing. But he's just not ready, and you know, he's wet behind the ears, and it's like he's trying to warn them essentially, you know? And Solo can explain his side. He could talk about how he watched Roman in the spotlight and how Roman used him to stay champion, and he didn't care about the family, he didn't care about him, and etc, etc. Like, it would give him some layers, and it would help us understand his motivations as a character. On top of that, him acknowledging that he's losing, that he's being doubted, that he's trying to navigate these waters of WWE on his own, could also paint him as a heel underdog. Before we had all these super cool heels that everybody wanted to be like, we had heels that would lose a lot, and people didn't want to be like them. The problem is that Roman and Solo haven't had that interaction yet. They haven't had that talk yet, and people don't understand why Solo thought it was okay to take over the tribal chief mantle and why he's failing. Solo hasn't been afforded that. He had to take up the mantle after the person that was leading him just upped and left after losing at WrestleMania. There's opportunity to build on that. That's Solo's story to me. It's not about him being a fake tribal chief. Like, he doesn't even need that. The story is about him not being guided, trying to prove himself, trying to accomplish everything that Roman has in 14 years and only 3. That's the story that people aren't seeing. We didn't get Roman showing him the way. We didn't get the Usos showing him the way. So now he got to make his own way. And sometimes you have to lose a lot before you win big. You can knock his in-ring skills, his mic skills, or the way that he sells moves, and I agree, he can always improve. But character-wise, I think Triple H is putting Solo not only what Roman Reigns went through, but what he went through as Hunter Hearst Helmsley. But what do I know?
I'm just a nigga with a rocket launcher.
But what do you think? What's your opinion on Solo Sikoa? How can they fix his character? Like, what is missing from Solo? Let me know, because I might learn something. But thank you for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Follow the Twitch. And I'll see you in the next one.
Playtime's over.
That was an interesting perspective. Anyways.